What's up, guys? All right, we'll kick it off with EU for today. Okay, EU's positioning. We have induced the last supply to demand area that led to that fifth hourly external break. Now, not necessarily the decisional of the hourly break, but it is a form of a decisional. So it's pretty reasonable inducement. Yesterday as well, this supply area ended up holding, which I believe is more so off the back of the EG divergence, with the pound being stronger than the euro yesterday, and the pound inducing its retest of its 15-minute external break. Nonetheless, though, the area did hold and we continued to sell off from there. Now, this new range that we've created here, I don't believe is going to hold. One, because I see it as retest. Two, it's in taking the liquidity. And three, we never retested it, and it hasn't been confirmed as a range just yet. So off the back of this inducement, our positioning for in our 15-minute external leg, being right at the bottom of this massive 15-minute external leg, the only thing that currently makes sense is buys, in my opinion. We are very, very due for a retracement. We're obviously externally bullish on every time frame other than the 15 minutes. So I'm happy to buy it. My only concern with buys is we don't have a whole lot to be able to target, and internally and on the 15-minute, we're very bearish. Now, I do see us currently as inside of this leg here internally, with that being our break, and this little pullback here being retest of our break. We have obviously generated a lot of liquidity across here. I'd be happy for the market to use this area as a bit of a smart money trap, give us a sell, push down, take out this low here, and then buy up from there, targeting all the imbalance that we've got up here to be able to fill. So we can mark that out as a smart money trap. In terms of selling from this point, playing the smart money reaction, it's definitely something that we can look at. We have minor induced now as well. Definitely something we can keep a little bit of an eye on. I'm happy to sell GU as well, which I'll walk through now. So we do have that point there on the euro, which we can look for a bit of a smart money trap play from to target the liquidity underneath. So we'll see if this does want to set up at all. We obviously haven't got a lot of structure here to be able to work with, so we'll just see if it does want to generate something. Uh, GBP is flying. GU is an interesting one. So let me just set my alert here. GU is an interesting one because technically I see it in a valid supply, but the range itself, it technically meets its requirements, so I do have to respect it, but I don't think it's going to hold. I have an inkling that's not going to hold. Can't trade off inklings though. It's not how this shit works. So I do have to respect it, but I am not going to be surprised if it does get pushed through. Now, what we've done, we're at the bottom of a 15-minute external leg. There's the euro mitigating. So that's going to need some time to set up anyway. This point here, mitigated this area, which is partly a decisional. It induced a retest into it. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get in the sell on the way back down, and obviously got done at break even on that buy before it went up and hit take profit. What do you do? But we have had that sell off now. We have retested the break. We have generated liquidity on the retracement. So we've got supply that's taken liquidity, also mitigated. We've got a retested range, and we've got a generation of liquidity. That's all that we need to be able to confirm a range. So yeah, but it's very looks very manufactured. It's almost too perfect. So when something's a little bit too perfect like that, I don't really like it. Um, that's probably just going to go off straight away. It is currently mitigating a demand area that did sweep a little bit of a 5-minute retest. So may just push up from here. To be honest with you, I would rather sell it from deeper inside this leg. We don't really have a whole lot. You get that 5-minute point up there. We have just minor induced inside this point, so I'm more happy to sell it now. But honestly, best case scenario is you sweep that and I'm happy to sell from there. I'm actually open to also buying it from this point, given it's swept retest and has inducements into it. kind of expecting this point to be a smart money trap. So that would give us obviously an inducement of sellers buying from a point that did take liquidity. Of course, the inducement of it would be a bit better, but yeah, we'll see what it wants to do. Yeah, this looks like it honestly looks like they're probably just going to buy without giving a chance to get in it. It's set up on EU as well. Did take a little bit of liquidity, so you might find this demand area actually holds. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do anything with this here. This structure is just pretty average. Um, we'll keep a bit of an eye on it. In terms of AU, I'm not looking to touch AU. The only way I'm going to be doing anything with AU is I'm actually open to selling it from this supply. It does go against the structure cycle, but I'm happy to play the smart money trap reaction. From this point, very valid to hold this demand. Like it technically is a valid demand. The only reason I had the smart money trap, if we remember from our previous outlook, is this supply does hold a lot of weight, but I am happy to sell it from here if we can just generate some liquidity up to it. I just can't sell it unless if we keep pushing the way that we are. AU is off the cards for me at the moment until it gets there. DXY is due for a sell, which makes me want to buy. It's one of the reasons I'm happy to buy EU. So I do think that the DXY is, well, it is very due for a sell-off. EG, EG is at the bottom of a leg as well. Makes sense to buy. So the euro should gain strength, which is another reason why I don't believe that this range on GU is going to hold because EU makes sense to buy. GU, not a fan of the range. Its positioning's a little bit awkward. So I feel like it's going to get pushed through as well. But EU will be the catalyst that tends to drive it because of that divergence. So yeah, we'll keep a close eye on these. They are in areas currently where they can set up from, so we will keep an eye on them. We will be patient. I'm open to a short-term sell on EU. Yeah, potentially could buy it from the sweep of that low. Would much prefer that. Set an alert there and see what it does, just because that will allow us to have a smart money trap play. We'll be an inducement low into a demand that did sweep liquidity. So we very well can look at that play. So we'll see if that maybe wants to set up there and give us some sort of option to work with. Got that area there that we could use as a smart money trap. That area there is a bit better, a bit more room to work with. Cool. All right. News-wise, what have we got? Let me just check what G is doing. Very bullish. I can't do anything with that right now anyway. News, let's have a squiz. Red folder, 7p. Okay. And Forex Factory has nothing. Well, that makes sense for the push on AU with the RBA release. Okay, okay. So that job's opening. It's weird. It's not on FX Street. Probably because the US stuff's still a bit weird. All right, cool, cool. Nothing to be concerned about. I'm not too concerned about that news then in that case. I'll probably, geez, just be a little bit cautious of it. If I am in something, I want to be break even by the time it comes out, but otherwise I'm not too concerned about that. So yeah, I'll keep a bit of an eye on what these are going to do from here and see how we go.